on Patreon, and Patreon is a platform where I will upload interesting videos where you can learn astrology. And this is an exclusive Patreon only membership videos where you will get some interesting takes on Vedic astrology, some interesting learning on Vedic astrology. Connect with me on Patreon and we will grow, and I will give you much more deep insights on Vedic astrology, and lot more secrets will be shared there. Namaste Seekers. Welcome to Punneit Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Combustion is a state where a planet goes below the horizon. When it comes very close to Sun, especially when Saturn comes within 15 degrees of Sun, you can say that the planet goes combust. What is combustion actually? Long back I made a video, so you can watch that video on combustion, but I will reiterate here. Combustion is something when the planet becomes very close to the Surya, which is your Atman, and the power of the Sun dominates. Like in the daytime, you can't see the stars. Why? Do sky have its own color? Not really, but the rays of the Sun get scattered, and because of the scattering light, it masks the view. And this is what is a perceived reality. So the color of the sky is not truly blue, because the same sky becomes transparent in the night when there is no sun. So the presence of sunlight is going to mask everything, as if there is a power and Sun is a whole and soul authority. And this authority takes over any other power of any other planet, good or bad. How does it affect us? So the thing is that when Sun is in a positive position, this combustion turns out to be good. But when Sun is in a negative position, and when it combusts a planet that is enemy of the Sun, then the power of the Sun also gets weak, because Sun is trying to fight and it's going to burn itself. Which also in turn means that the ego will increase, the negative ego will increase, and this can make you feel restless, this can make you get less of the appreciation. You will do the hard work, but less and less things will come your way. And remember, you may immediately feel that it is becoming absent, but all that is happening is it is becoming delayed. It is like something is in the perceived reality, things are not available, but things were always there, but out of line of sight. So mostly what combustion do is it can make you see things in a different angle, and for you it may be absent, but in general it is always there. Like when there is a sunset and in the night Sun is not there. Does it mean that Sun don't exist? This is the combustion of Sun. Combustion of Sun is not the right word. You can say set. Because see, the word combustion means to burn. That is not the right word. Nothing gets burnt here in reality. We may say planets coming very close, they get burned. But you know that planets never do really touch the Sun. What it means is that when you want to see that planet from the telescope, you won't be able to see directly, because you are going to see the Sun. You need special equipment, and the power of the Sun has to come down in order to see the planet in combustion. That is why the word used in Vedic astrology is asta. Asta means set, going below the line of sight, and the power of that planet virtually reduces, and we take decisions thinking that the power of the planet is not there. We don't wait for the combustion to end, for the asta to end, because the opposite of asta is called uday, the rise and fall. So the decisions we take during this time end up giving us negative results. So this time the planet that is under combustion is Saturn. Now why Saturn combustion is very crucial? Because Saturn is going to get combust in the sign of Aquarius. Initially up to 13th of February, Sun will be in Capricorn, but after 13th of February until first week of March, Sun will enter Aquarius. And Sun transit in Aquarius is very crucial, because Saturn, which is in Aquarius, will be under combustion by Sun, which is its 7th house lord. Because if you place Aquarius in the first house, Sun becomes the 7th lord. Now Sun is not in a friendly sign. Sun is in Aquarius. It's Saturn's zodiac. Now Sun goes in Saturn's zodiac and makes Saturn combust, who is in its own house. So it's like you go into an office, you are the authority there, but suddenly somebody high up some higher power interferes and you can't do anything about it. You are the king and master of your own space, but somebody has breached that space. So on the positive side, this can mean that there is going to be an intervention of the divine for people who are receptive to such kind of energies. For others, it will mean that no matter what you do, there will be a higher power trying to override everything. So maybe you will get frustrated because your decision, your plans are not getting executed as expected. So this is the time of patience. This is the time when you have to see the grand design, something that you have to, in order to observe the combust planet, you must believe that the planet exists. It is somewhere, but it exists. And then you need to relocate through other methods, through other tools. That means you will have to use the power of sun, the power of light, and redirect it in areas where you feel something is not there. Now, the thing about combustion is it's hard to even perceive. That is why you might need additional tools. So whenever you are stuck, and if you have a Saturn combust planet in your birth chart, whenever you get stuck, you will need a third person's guidance. Somebody who is out of this combustion and observing your life, your horoscope. It can be your father, it can be your friend, it can be astrologer, a healer, it can be anybody. But then you need to have that one person in life whom you can go to and ask for selfless guidance. Try to find that person, and that person will be the navik of your boat. Let's discuss what the Saturn combustion actually means for all your ascendant from Aries to Pisces. But please subscribe to my channel. I'm really humbled by the response that I'm getting on this channel, and also on the Patreon, where I upload videos on something that I can't upload on the general platform, but I want to share my views and extended analysis where I can be a bit more vocal. Because I know you are more, if you have keen interest in astrology, or if you're a student of astrology, only then you will go to all the length to follow the Patreon. But the response that I'm getting, I'm really humbled, and that motivates me to keep this channel moving, keep working hard in spite of whatever happens. So please support, keep supporting, subscribe and share the video among family and friends, hit the bell icon. That keeps me motivated. So let's start the ascendant-wise analysis from Aries to Pisces. Aries ascendant. Now 10th and 11th Lord are becoming combust here. So definitely it is going to temporarily affect your career. It might happen that the appreciation will not come your way and people will not recognize your efforts during this time. Here you will have to apply all your knowledge, and you might have to speak up for something that you deserve. So this is the time when justice will only come, and it may appear to be delayed, but remember, combust Saturn means justice is happening in the background. This is like you will have to work for your own goals, your own ambition. You may not get the support of supervisors, you may not get the support of people higher in the authority. It can also create tensions between son and the father. The people in the family can fight, and it might happen that one person is dominating, or maybe it is not that person's wish to dominate, but maybe it is helplessness that can force others to follow a certain path. Now this is the time when for the entire month of February, you just have to ensure that if you are an Aries ascendant or even Aries moon sign, you are doing the karma, and while doing your activity, you are starting to learn. It is a very good time for students who are in the practicals, who work on the field, who want to learn on the go. But yes, the expectations might not come true during this time, because the 5th and the 11th axis will experience this combustion, and the 11th house Saturn will be out of line of sight. Also, Sun is going to be in the enemy house while the combustion begins, because Sun will be in the Capricorn zodiac sign. This can be a position where there may be an allegation, personal or professional, and you will not be able to prove it right. So you have to be very careful if you're projecting ego, because if you become egoistic, if you become rude, even the valid point will seem to be, or will turn out to be invalid, or will appear to be invalid. This is the time when you should chant Shani Gayatri mantra every day, and This is the time to work on your personality, work on your goals, and focus on the comfort of your life partner. If you're married, even if you have a business partner, if you're in a companionship, focus on the happiness and sukha of the people who support you, who are with you, because that will be your primary task. So this will definitely demand some sacrifice. Taurus Ascendant. Saturn rules your 9th and 10th house, and Sun rules your 4th house. And this combustion will happen in a way that Sun will be in the 9th and Saturn will be in the 10th house. Property related matter, assets creation can see some problem. You will see that luck is not favoring you, especially if you are trying to buy an asset, property, if you are looking for a manufacturing or if you are looking for investors, for investment, if you are looking for agriculture, government tenders. So what should you do? See, if you have learned from the past mistakes, then this Saturn will actually help you to figure out the right comfort zone for you. So it is basically a hit and trial time for Taurus Ascendant. When we talk about combustion of a planet, we don't say that the planet has become really ineffective. It appears that it is ineffective because for us, it is below the horizon. We can't see that planet while we should have seen the planet. Take this example, during daytime you can't see stars. So basically all stars are kind of combust during the daytime because of the sunlight. So in such case, Sun is going to dominate. So your 4th house will dominate over your 10th house, which means you will have to focus more on your home, on the activities that can bring comfort to your family and also to yourself. So maybe you are overburning, you are hardworking, but now it's the time to rethink about the hours of work, the amount of load that you can carry. And maybe this will ask to shed off some of the load. People who are in speculative business, who wants to do higher education, will see some new avenues of exploration. You will be able to explore something new during this time. So don't be afraid of trying something new. Don't be scared of this combustion also. Because in the 10th house, if Saturn is combust, the only thing that will happen is it will make you disappear from the public. So if you are an influencer, only then you will be affected, because if your image is everything, then yes, it may be slightly difficult time for you. But otherwise, you just keep on doing your tasks. Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. And you will see that this will be actually a good month for you. Gemini Ascendant. Now Gemini will feel that in fact, instead of being negative, this will be actually positive for you. Why? See, because from past 2.5 years, you were facing an 8th Saturn, and if you are a Gemini moon, you were experiencing Ashtam Dhaya. This Saturn moved into 9th house. It was trying to stabilize the 9th house. But see, this Saturn wants you to take initiatives. And these initiatives will be overriding all the luck factor and maybe all the advanced knowledge or experience that you have gathered. So sometimes you have to take that bold step into venturing into territories which is yet to be learnt or explored, and maybe you will learn while you execute the task. Now here comes the risk. It will have a 50-50 probability. So you will have to see your own horoscope that the task that you want to do will actually become successful or it will fail. Because if you initiate the task in February, then 3rd Lord is overpowering your 9th Lord. So your willpower is overpowering your destiny. So in one way, this is like you are the master and you are the creator of your destiny. But on the other hand, this also take away any luck factor. Hard work is 99%. If that 1% of luck is absent, then at the last moment, the work might remain incomplete. So even if something is incomplete, I will say have patience. Prepare that you will need some extra time. So have a buffer. So if something you have planned to complete in a month, give yourself a couple of months. Time management will be on the cards, and you might go into head-on argument with a lot of people. Maybe you can fight for justice, something that you stand for. All is good as long as you have reasons to prove, because if the matter goes in court, then you might have difficulty in proving yourself. So you must know what you're doing. So better take every step with a lot of cognizance, lot of responsibility, lot of sincerity. This is the time to actually rebuild your future. This is an opportunity, I will say, where Saturn calms down a bit. It tones itself down, and the willpower and your courage takes it over. Actually, if you are in deep trouble, if you are facing a lot of issues, then this 1 month can be utilized to overcome all the problems. But you have to give it the push. The push will not come automatically. So don't wait for help. Create your own path. But a path that aligns with the cosmos. Saturn has not gone out of equation. It is just working behind the scene. Cancer Ascendant. For Cancer, Saturn rules 7th house and 8th house, and this combustion will actually happen in the boundary of 7th and 8th house. This can be slightly negative, considering that second Lord Sun will be in the 7th house, Saturn will be in the 8th house, and this combustion is actually affecting your personal life. It is affecting your intimacy. It is affecting the 7th and the 8th energy. It is affecting business, and there can be some financial crunch, liquidity crunch in your business. So be very careful. You will also have to be caring, and you will also have to be available in case your spouse needs some help, if her family needs some help. This can be a case where the power of in-laws can overpower you. This is a case where your words can actually hurt your life partner, and this can spoil marriage. This can spoil major equations of the family. So this is the time when you will not like the environment you will be put in. But then you will have to keep moving, especially if you are a Cancer moon sign. Then you will have to be double sure of what you are saying and what you are eating, because your health will also be a minor concern. Now remember, this is not that Saturn has gone absent. This is just that if there is any problem that will crop up during the month of February, you will not be able to judge it. You will think, yes, you can overpower it. You will believe that you have said, you have already communicated. But at the end of the day, you will see that your communication has not reached. It's only the words that has come out, but the way it has reached the other person has been completely different. Now in this case, you should focus on the transit seen from your Arudha Lagna that will tell you exactly how the world will perceive you. Leo Ascendant. Now in case of Leo, Saturn rules your 7th and 6th house. Now you are the ascendant that is overpowering your 7th house. This means it's actually good for you. You are actually conquering your enemies. You are conquering your circumstance. You are conquering and dominating things. But you can also burn it. So you will have to be very, very careful. How is your behavior affecting other people? On one side, you have to conquer the negative side of the body, negative side of life. You can win over your enemies. You can win over difficult situation. You can cancel out the debts. You can pay off the loan. Whatever you plan to solve the equation forcibly, it will work for you. But then you must be able to justify the force that you will apply, because if this is a misuse, if your force is actually having a lot of collateral damage, then once Saturn comes out of combustion, it is you who will have to pay it multiple times over. Ego, anger, passion, intimidating nature, trying to dominate your spouse, all these activities will prove to be dangerous. Today you may be able to win, but it is not the transit that will kill your enemies. It is just that it will, for the time being, you will be overpowering them. Use it wisely. This is a power, and if you use it for overcoming the demon within you, then you will see the light. But if you will misuse it, then Saturn will provide justice. Remember, Saturn is watching your ascendant. Do a lot of seva. Use this power, use this influence for good purpose. Be a good influencer, doesn't matter who you are. And in your marriage, try to listen to the other person. Be cooperative. Because Jupiter is in the 8th house, and if Jupiter becomes angry, then the 8th house will become a mess. Chanting Gayatri Mantra, Shani Gayatri Mantra is going to help you. Virgo Ascendant. Now in case of Virgo Ascendant, Saturn rules your 5th and 6th house. Sun basically is the 12th lord. So expenses are going to overpower your expectations. You will see that your expenses are more than what you can anticipate. It can be an expense towards your own passion. It can be an expense of something that you always wanted, so you're buying that. It can be a debt repayment, or it can be an expense maybe because of your education, or you are looking for a proper education of your child. Whatever be the case, it will be an auspicious expense. Just that you have to ensure that you're not overdoing it. You're not crossing that boundary. This is the time when you will always have to let go of the thing. See, when the letting go dominates the receiving, it means that this is the time to stop the feeling to receive, and now you have to start you have to explore the ability to give. So this is a giving nakshatra. This is a giving, I will say, transit. And Saturn combustion only means that you will have to be very careful from the energies coming from your stomach area, the solar plexus region. Fear, anxiety may give you a lot of trouble. Gastrointestinal disturbance can give you a lot of trouble. What you have to do? Yoga, pranayam, and a feeling of letting go. For the time being, just surrender, ride the wave, and don't do anything that can disrupt the equation. It should be business as usual for you, and you might not even feel anything, but eventually this will be actually a good transit because it will take away the extra dirt. People who are in the foreign country and trying to come back might face some difficulty. There can be visa related issues, and export and import business can be hurt. So, and restaurant industry, media industry will see some hit if it is ruled by you and you are a Virgo ascendant or Virgo moon sign. Doing a lot of donation, helping animals, and especially feeding the crows will help you a lot. Remove black color from your life. Libra ascendant. Now in your case, 11th lord will overpower your 5th house and also the 4th house. So which means this is actually good. But it might happen that your expectation and your desire might actually overtake the way you express, and maybe it may dominate people around you. So you may actually indirectly, unconsciously ask for uncalled sacrifices. So you must be able to justify your demands. You must be able to justify what you want from life, because what may happen that you may desire something and you may get it, and later on realize that it is a waste. You really never needed that. So there can be expenses that are uncalled. There can be disputes at home. There can be fight with your own children because you may be overly worried, or you may be overly expressive. You may be too strict on your children. In fact, you may be too strict on yourself. Well, if you curse anybody during this time, then you will only burn your prarabdha. You will only burn your punya karma, positive karma. So this is the time where you need to utilize the power of sun to actually fulfill your wishes, fulfill your desire, but in a logical way. In a way that it doesn't affect other people, it doesn't affect people around you. Otherwise, it may create dispute. Maybe you have a desire to get the share of the inheritance, you have a desire to buy a property or get that property, and all of this creates a war or a dominoes effect where you may feel the heat many months later. So how you behave, how you project your expectation has to be seen. It might also be the case where trying to earn money may overpower your dream of learning more. Money will overpower education, and in your expression, people may see that you are appearing to be more money-minded. All you have to do is, if you can justify it, if you think you are right, you should phrase it in the right sentence. Your communication should be crystal clear. Also, some contact you may be obliged to fulfill your duties towards your own contact network circle. So be very careful when you're trying to commit something that you can do that task for somebody. Be very careful, and people who are commission agents may see some losses, especially if you are into stock trading, if you are into speculative business, because Saturn will be in the 5th house, and this 5th house Saturn will be combust. So there may be hope of earning money, but at the end of the day, you you always have to rely on the fifth lord to give you positive results, especially in the stock market, and that is not positive. So be very careful while you're investing your money. Friendship may see some heated debates which may lead you to losing your friends, so stay cautious. Scorpio Ascendant. Now in case of Scorpio, the third and the fourth house are ruled by Saturn, and 10th house is ruled by Sun. Now when Sun, which is in the third house, will combust the Saturn, which is in the fourth house, and then later on Sun and Saturn will combine in the fourth house, this is a scenario where the work pressure becomes so high. Maybe it's an order from the boss, supervisor, or maybe whoever you report to, or even your father, that you will be pressurized so much that can take away your happiness. And remember, this is not a big issue. This will be issues that will be lingering, and this is going to be something that will always haunt your thoughts, especially if you are a Scorpio moon sign. So what you have to do, learn to say no whenever you are becoming cornered, whenever you think that it is not possible. Taking all responsibilities in hope that it will give you appreciation is not going to work, because when Sun dominates Saturn in an enemy house, imagine the position of Saturn. Saturn is completely pulled down, and not really, but in your own perception it will be pulled down. And on the one hand, your career, for people who did not had any career, this will be like a boon, because you will get opportunities of a career after a while. But somebody who is already into the workforce and somebody who is already doing hard work, 10th house is karma. Even if you are a housewife watching this, you are giving your everything into a certain sector of life. There few responsibilities, maybe an added family member, maybe some guests coming over, maybe the boss's comments, maybe father's comments, all of this will create an overhead and pressure that will take away your happiness, comfort, and lack of sleep can create health issues. There will be dark circles. So what you should do, you should be happy with your responsibility and only allow yourself to work till the time you can. Stretching is not recommended. Stretching work hours will only take away and your personal space, and your official time will intrude into your personal time, and then the work-life balance will go off the chart and off the scale. So that is one area where you will have to be very, very careful. Don't buy any property or asset during this time, and you may have to justify your efforts multiple times. Don't worry, don't get irritated, justify it, because you are only going to make it more and more clear, and this is actually a good thing for you. Any ego-related talk, any ego-related battle should be avoided. There will be enemies, or maybe a idea that something can go wrong, which is called impending sense of doom, can actually trouble you and make you more and more defensive. Anxiety can come in. So what you should do, you should take the name of Shanidev, Narayan, and just go with the flow, because in reality Saturn is not going anywhere. You are still going to experience a fourth Saturn. Use it for hard work and read Bhagavad Gita. Sagittarius Ascendant. For you, Saturn rules 2nd and 3rd house, Sun rules your 9th house. So when 9th Lord dominates this Saturn, this is actually going to be good for you. But then you will have to be very careful how you eat food. Your metabolism can go up and down. Your words may be misused, or you can say your words may not actually convey the right message. So you will have to be very articulated in how you speak. Planning any travel during this month, unless it's a spiritual travel, can result into failures, obstruction, maybe cancellation. So take that into consideration, plan accordingly, keep some buffer. There can be fight with your father, father-in-law, supervisors, there can be confrontation, so you will have to face all that. So the best way is to follow your dharma. Don't sway away from the dharma. Do your duty so that nobody can blame you, because fingers will be pointed at you. When the 3rd Lord gets dominated by the 9th Lord, what happens is that you may have to take forced travel. You may be feeling frustrated. You may just want to run away, and you will just wait for the luck to take over. Now, destiny, luck, all this is a byproduct of the karma. You have no control over that. So just chant Hanuman Chalisa, You can do Surya Namaskar, reading Aditya Hriday Stotra, all spiritual work, because 9th house is dharma, spirituality, that dominates over your actions. So doing spiritual kriya, learning kriya yoga, doing havana, all these things will be helpful for Sagittarius ascendant and moon sign. Fight with your brother is very much possible. Take care and don't fight with your brothers, neighbors, and while you are taking any travel, ensure that you have a lot of buffer, financial and also with respect to time. Don't initiate any new work during this time because that may, unless it's spiritual. Just wait and things will be very positive. Your ascendant lord is quite comfortable, so you don't actually need to worry. This is just a subtle energy flow that you need to catch so that if something happens, you know why it's happening. Capricorn ascendant. Now for Capricorn, it's the 8th lord sun going in the first house and doing a combustion of the first and the second lord. So that means there may be uncertain, unexpected, surprising events that might bring in your attention, that might take away the finances. There may be a reminder that you may have to pay the tax, so taxation has to be taken very seriously during this time. You will have to bring in the financial security. So this will be like a reminder that you need to recalibrate your life. You also have to take care of your health because this is 8th lord overpowering your first lord. So there will be minor hints that you have to catch. So you will have to be very, very sensitive to these energy changes. But it can also bring you positive results. It can also give you a new foundation. It can also pull you out from a weak situation and put yourself into a strong situation. Why to always consider the negative side of combustion? This also means that if there is any pain, any suffering, the 8th house, the sun is going to enlighten it. The light will be so bright that for once you may not see the darkness. This only brings more optimism in life and more positivity in life. But then you are also responsible for that. You have to ensure that you are taking necessary efforts to bring in that positivity. So chant Gayatri Mantra, Aditya Hriday Stotra. You can also do Surya Namaskar with the Surya Mantras, Surya Bij Mantra. Wake up early in the morning. Bring changes in your lifestyle and your personality. That is the theme of this combustion. Remember, Saturn is still in your second. It's a good transit. But now, inheritance related matter, insurance, assets, in-laws, wealth of wife, her job, her expectations, all this is going to take over your life, your family equation. So you are needed there. Show your presence. Aquarius ascendant. Now for Aquarius, sun will be in the 12th house. So 7th lord in 12th house. Well, this really means that you have to address the disputes of the circumstance, disputes of your wife, especially marriage is going to take a hit during this time. You might see that the other person is overpowering you and you are not being heard or you are somewhere lost. Because when 7th lord goes in 12th house for Aquarius ascendant, this sun is also the weakest sun, the weakest position of sun, although sun is in Capricorn still. Now in that case, there will be lack of confidence. You will see that there are people pointing fingers at you and you are unable to confront them. You are unable to fight with them. So this is the time when you have to take a step back. This is the time when you will have to not confront them, but rather take a step back and focus what can be done in a constructive manner. Try to find a win-win, middle path kind of thing. Because if you will try to fight, then sun will not support you. Sun is going to dominate your ascendant. This can affect your health. This can take away your existence and you might question. This can hit your personality and you might question yourself that why did you take that step in the first place? So this questioning, cross-questioning, feedback from the circumstance, fighting with the supervisor, father, it can be a fight with husband. All this are temporary issues. It is only going to be in a very minor scale, but still it can affect your decisions. See, this is the thing. It may not be a big event. It may be a very small event, but it will affect your decisions and that decision can affect your life. So don't take it as small triggers, but focus on what can be done in a humble manner and you will see that as soon as this combustion ends, Sun and Saturn combination will act will come out to be a greatest support that you have seen. In this case, you need to handshake with the circumstance and try to find a peaceful solution, a truce, where some of your wishes and some of the wishes of the circumstance and the universe is fulfilled. Pisces zodiac sign. For Pisces, Sun rules your 6th house. Now this is interesting because when Sun rules 6th house and Saturn rules 11th and 12th house and Sun is in 11th house because Sun is in Capricorn, it is a Bhavad Bhavam of Surya. And when this Surya being the Bhavad Bhavam dominates the 12th house, there are two facets to this. Number one, you may end up taking more debt, more loan, and you won't worry about how you are spending it. So credit card spending or maybe this microfinances, you need to stay away from all that unless it's an emergency. You need to focus on your income. This is going to give you new opportunities to gain more money, reduce your losses, bring in people of influence, power, who can give you opportunity. Say you want to find a job, float your resume even to your past bosses. If you are a businessman, you need to fight for the hierarchy, for the structure, fight for your presence. If you're a housewife, if you do not have a career, this is the time when you're fighting for your own existence, for your own expectations. But this fight is very different. This fight is not like you're fighting like a warrior, but this is where you are showing that you are present. So you will have to show your presence in a very matured manner because this is the transit of gain for you. Now when Sun will move in the 12th house and with Saturn, that is the time when you will have to be slightly cautious. So that is why I said there are two facets to this. One is till 13th of February and one is beyond 13th of February. So till 13th of February, you need to make sure that you are extracting maximum positive energy. And after 13th of February till the first week of March, you need to ensure that you are not spending a lot of money, you are not investing somewhere, you are taking care of your father, you are taking care of your health, you are going for time management, and your confidence have to be filled with positivity and optimism, because negativity will creep in and you won't even notice, and the hidden enemies may become powerful during this time. Chanting Panchmukhi Hanuman Kavach, Vadvanala Stotra, Bajrang Baan, Hanuman Chalisa are some of the ways by which you can overpower these energies. Donate to poor people, do Yajna and Havan at home, and wake up before sunrise. You need to empower yourself and your subconscious mind, because some thought might come in from somewhere and you might be facing the inferiority complex, or there can be a heavy doubt. Somebody can plant a doubt in your mind and that doubt will stop you from taking actions and decisions. So what you have to do, use the power of Jupiter in the first house, use all your might and knowledge and trust the process. Go slow, mitigate all loopholes, address all the loopholes, mitigate the risk and take it in the long run. Don't plan something in a short run, like something that you will buy and sell in February, something like that. Don't do that. Think about the long run. Think about the future. Plan for 1 year, and then you will see this transit will make you see all the negativity. However, it is difficult for you to address it, but it will make you see, and once that comes into vision, solve it, address it. Don't procrastinate and don't wait for the solution. You will have to take proactive action.